Saturday, April 9th. Your boy, he back. Ryan Garcia. You know, they call it a comeback fight. He takes on Emmanuel Tago. I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but shout out to him. We're going to talk about it. This is your boy, JG. This is the Punch Report. In this video, I'm going to break down Ryan Garcia's evolution up until the point of this fight. Emmanuel Tago as best I can because the tape looks kind of crazy. And the two things that concern me most at the very end, the two things that concern me most for Ryan Garcia entering this bout, let's get right into it. So like I said before at the top, this is your boy JG. This is the Punch Report. Like, subscribe, bell icon for notification. Let's get into it. Ryan Garcia, young, super ultra talented fighter, social media megastar, looks to make his return. The last time we saw him was, I believe, January of 2020, I believe. Anyway, hold up. January of 2021. So he's been on a bit of a layoff. We know he was scheduled to fight Javier Fortuno, pulled out, said, oh, anxiety. That's all good. And that's great. He's back now. This is comeback fight. We know that he moved on from Eddie Reynoso. He's now with Joe Goossen. Great trainer, famed trainer, longtime boxing trainer, analyst as well, commentator. He does his thing. Let's get into who Ryan Garcia is and what he does well. Ryan Garcia, it's highly likely that if Joe Goossen said, listen, when you go in here against this guy, don't even throw your right hand. Throw 3 punches. Your left hook, your jab, and your left hook to the body, and you can get this done. And if they were telling me that, I was like, I agree with you 100%. But one of the things I find fascinating about Ryan Garcia, like I mentioned before, is his evolution. Before I get into the evolution of Ryan Garcia, like, subscribe, bell icon for notification. Let's go. The evolution of Ryan Garcia. The right hand. If you take a look at, I pulled up all the clips right here. I got you guys covered. If you look at the Rodriguez bout, even when he gets Rodriguez in trouble, he drops him early with a left hook to the chin strap. Rodriguez, he's smiling and cheesing and shit. But when he gets Rodriguez in trouble, he starts to throw punches and bunches. His right hand doesn't come straight off the shoulder. It's more of like a clubbing shot, right? So take a look at the clip here. And he's kind of beating him on the top of the head and clubbing him. And he's trying to throw with power. And it just looks a little bit off. At this point in time in Ryan Garcia's career, his his jab and his left hook are lethal. It's already set. Like, these are bread and butter punches for him. But one of the fascinating things about Ryan Garcia is they address this issue essentially right away. If you move on to the next clip against Jose Lopez, sure, could he use work? Absolutely. But take a look here. It's already much, much sharper. We slow the clip down. He's blasting Lopez up. And he's delivering it off the shoulder. Elbow flares just a little bit, but it still looks really clean and much better than the Rodriguez fight. And then we move on to the next fighter, Romero Duno. He got sparked up. And there's a couple funny things about this. We're gonna revisit Duno, and it's gonna be great. But to my point, you look at the Duno fight, it continues to get sharper. That right hand continues to develop, grow, and get sharper. Take a look at the clip here. Eventually, Duno gets folded like laundry, and then that bout is over. Now, the Fonseca fight's different. We're going to talk about that one a little bit later. But the Fonseca fight, he just gets folded so quickly, we don't even get to analyze it. But beautiful left hook, drops Fonseca, puts his lights out. We'll get into that in just a second. The development and the evolution of Ryan Garcia in that right hand is going to be something that's interesting and crucial for this particular bout. Now, I want to get over to Emmanuel Togo. Now, this is a full disclaimer. I'm not going to cut the Emmanuel Togo footage up. You guys, I'm going to put it on here. You guys just take a look at it and kind of watch and see what you pick up on it. But one of the things that I think about that's specific to this fight, when I think about Emmanuel Tago, is that when he throws his jab as an orthodox fighter, he fades majority of the time to the left. So he doesn't come down the pipe like a tank. Like, he'll fade off to the side when he throws his shot. So that's a situation where it's a cute jab. He doesn't throw with a lot of power or authority. You can run right into a right hand from Ryan Garcia fading off to that side. If Ryan Garcia fades or feints or shows a right hand, he could walk him into a left hand on the other side. But Emmanuel Togo's style, the best way to describe it is awkward. You can definitely tell he's watched a lot of boxing because he shows, you know, the triple left hook like Roy Jones Jr. He'll get in the corner with his hands down and be flashing and flaring. But if you take a look at his box rec or his wiki, he's fought twice outside of Ghana. He's been Both those fights were stateside. And I don't know anybody on the list of people he's fought, despite the fact that he has 32 fights, I believe. I don't have it pulled up right here, but I believe he has 32 fights. If you look at the guys that I just named for Ryan Garcia, so Rodriguez, Lopez, Fonseca, Luke Campbell, especially an Olympian, that kind of resume, even for a young fighter like Ryan Garcia, puts him in a position to, he's learned so much on the job. And shout out to Emmanuel Togo. You know, he looks like he's a rugged dude. He's an aggressive style fighter. He comes forward a lot, throws from awkward angles, and can present certain challenges. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, I feel like he's tailor-made for Ryan Garcia. One of the things that really can get Emmanuel Togo in trouble is that he starts from the outside, like way too far outside. So you can see the weight going over the front foot and him lunging, being bent over, reaching over at the waist. For a guy who likes to counterpunch like Ryan Garcia, who's good at it, shout out to Fonseca because he got folded up. For a guy like Emmanuel Togo, who probably hasn't been popped that hard, or fought a dude as fast, nearly as fast as Ryan Garcia, he has elite speed. It could be an early night, a la, like I said, Duno or Fonseca for Emmanuel Togo's. But with that being said, you know what? And just take a look. I want to put at least 2 clips in here that kind of provide an example of what it looks like when Emmanuel Togo really gets going. Gets way too far over his front foot, his weight distribution's off, and he's making critical errors. So that's just for context, make that observation. Now, as I mentioned before, we've gotten close to the end of this video. If you guys made it this far, you definitely real ones. Please, if you could be so kind, like, subscribe, bell icon for notification. You know, I'll break the boxing videos down, all upcoming bouts, old bouts, your favorite fighter. I just cover all that. Like, subscribe, bell icon for notification. I digress. As I mentioned before at the top, at the end, the 2 things that really concern me about Ryan Garcia going into this bout. Number 1, his psyche. This fight is for him to lose. And I really meant what I said at the beginning. If he wanted to fight this fight, one hand behind his back and utilize 3 punches, a jab, a hook to upstairs, and a hook to the body, I feel like he can get this done inside of 3 or 4 rounds. The other thing that slightly concerns me, and it's not an uber concern because at this point I'm really kind of being nitpicky if I'm being honest, is just sometimes the defensive response from Ryan Garcia. Now, you take a look at the clip here. This is when he gets dropped real bad against Luke Campbell. You know, he's attempting to kind of step back, slight J step and frame, but he's kind of slow to the get and gets caught with an overhand shot. You see Luke Campbell gets his foot on the outside of Ryan. You know, Luke Campbell's a lefty. Gets his foot on the outside, so he has all the leverage. This wasn't in the middle of an exchange. This is just Luke Campbell catching Ryan Garcia slipping with the hands away from the face, trying to frame so he can't catch or parry anything, and he just gets caught slipping. Now, I'm telling you right now, Emmanuel Togo, he don't have power or pop like a Luke Campbell, so I can't see that being a problem. But if you're a guy like Ryan Garcia, you definitely want to be mindful that you don't put yourself in positions of being caught with unnecessary shit. But just his defensive responsiveness sometimes when he gets in exchanges, or if a guy decides he's going to sell out and kind of be aggressive and throw punches and punches, you'll see Ryan Garcia shell up sometimes, or really try to do that framework a la Bivol, who's really good at it. He understands it really well, sets his feet, throws the counter shot. But you have to be responsible, and Ryan Garcia, stop watching your work. You know you fast, you know you got crazy power. Stop watching work. Get behind the lead, shoulder after the hook, pop the right hand out there, tuck that chin behind the shoulder, and then get on your move. He likes to watch his work a lot because it looks fancy, but it'll get you in trouble. It won't be in this fight, but that's just for you to carry forward. But that's my breakdown of this particular bout. Ryan Garcia really should have no problem with this combatant. Shout out to Emmanuel Togo. It's a hell of an opportunity. He's probably going to get a nice little check. Make sure that Ryan Garcia is good upstairs. You know, we've seen him in trouble before. We've seen him recover and bounce back, so we know he has that in him. And, you know, anytime you get dropped and your arm kind of do like a modified stanky leg, your shit's out here like this, that's when you get dropped bad. And Ryan Garcia bounced back from that. And you know what's funny? Because he made Romero Duno. Duno had the stanky arm leg too. Ryan gave him that work. But this is your boy JG. This has been the Punch Report. Like I said before, guys, be so kind. Like, subscribe, bell icon for notification. We out.